Mirror. Let's talk now.
You take that test and you pass. You grab that ball and you dribble. You drop that coke in that pot. Nigga, we gotta get out. You take that gun and you blast. You put that pen to that pad. Expand whatever you have. Nigga, we gotta get out. Can't hear that speech that you giving me over bullets they sending me. All of y'all look like enemies, bitch, you better get out. But tell me, can you explain? Living conditions ain't changed. Looked up and Jesus ain't came. Fuck it, I gotta get out. Hey, what is this? What the fuck is this? Look at where we at. Mary J said she reminisce. Let me take you back. Hey, welcome to another episode. I was just minding my business right podcast.
So I was just minding my business, right?
I am your host, Romero Goodwin.
Mirror.
And Black Men Don't Cheat. This is episode 9, I believe. And I'm doing the double. I'm doubling back today. I just did episode 8. But somebody just said something that I didn't like it, so now I'm back up here doing it again. I am competitive in a way that is abnormal because what they said had nothing to do with the podcast. They were joking, I was joking, I felt the way, so now I'm here. Episode 9 is brought to you by Gotta Get Out, available on all major platforms, including my YouTube channel. Check it out. So look, now I done put up about 3, 4, 5 political pods, talking about this, that, and third, challenging people's beliefs on how they vote, what they feel about it. And the most pushback I've gotten so far is from who is more deceitful, men or women. Now, obviously, the pushback has come from women. But that's what I expect the deceitful ones to do. They're supposed to stand up and say how undeceitful you are. And I ain't mad at that, man. Defend your position, man. Ain't nothing wrong. But look, though, what I've come to find out about myself is that I am an agent for dissent, right? I believe that the majority of the way things are done are utter idiocy. And I believe that idiocy is used to try to turn that into like normalcy. Like to be normal, we got to think like idiots in order to be normal. And what we do is we take whatever our weaknesses are, and because we don't want to change the actual weaknesses, we normalize the weaknesses. So we don't say that this right here is a problem, let's work on it. We condemn the people for saying that this right here is a problem, right? So you can ignore it. It's very interesting what happens. But what you end up with is a whole bunch of weak motherfuckers, right? You end up with a whole bunch of weak people because you've been calling them weak strengths simply because you didn't want to deal with the fact that it's weak. So, and then you condemn everybody that's calling it weak because you want to feel strong without doing the work to feel strong. You follow me? Welcome to America. On another note, King Von was murdered down here this past weekend. And King Von, if you don't know, was a young rapper from Chicago. He had a beef with another rapper from Chicago. But the person that murdered him, allegedly, is from Atlanta, right? So T.I. gets on Instagram and he makes a post basically saying, keep your beefs wherever your city is, right? Because Atlanta is a progressive city, and handle your business wherever your business occurs, but don't come down here and bring your beefs with you. Now, they got a lot of pushback, particularly from the family and the fans of the young rapper King Von, but I don't know how I feel about that. I think what he's saying is accurate, but I think the timing of it sucks, right? You don't speak on something that is that fresh in that way. Sometimes it's not about whether or not you're right or wrong. Sometimes it's about the timing. It's about where you do, how you do it, what you say when you do it. Things like that, right? All these things matter. And on top of all of that, Instagram posts are similar to text messages. You're not able to read and listen to the tone of the message when you're doing so people can take it and internalize it with the feelings that they currently have, what they're dealing with. Right, today I was at the gym and me and Giovanni were speaking, right? Giovanni is my trainer. I started fighting, so I got a trainer to get me in shape and all this other good stuff. I'm currently at 240. I got to get down to like 220, maybe 222. So all this is an experience. But anyway, so I'm talking to G. We did legs, abs, and chest. He tried to murder me. And so so like the first day, right? I'm working out and stuff, and during the workout, I reach muscle failure. I mean, I can't I can't even lift a single solitary thing. And so, he does this for a living. And so he started smirking and looking at me like, because beforehand I was telling him I was in the military and how it is. So, he got a little smirk on his face like, oh, yeah, that's it. He didn't say, yeah, that's it. But I felt, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. That's all you got, big military guy. So, okay, cool, right? So I get home and I'm expecting to feel the pain from the burnout. Okay, cool. No pain the first 6, 7, 8 hours. Go to sleep, wake up, no pain. So I'm texting him. I say, I'm smirking at you now, man. What you talking about? All that workout you were talking about. I don't feel nothing the next day, I didn't get no response. All right, cool. So now I'm really big boy talking to him like, hey man, now all them faces you was making was popping with it, cause you need to get your workout skills up, brother. I'm a little better than the average beast. No response. The next day comes. This is the second day after the workout now. I roll over and try to put my foot on the floor. I almost scream in pain, right? Now, mind you, I told you I worked my arms, my chest, and my abs. I roll over to put my foot on the floor. And I called this man everything but a black man. He was everything but a black man. You know what I'm talking about? He was, listen, man, the names I called that man, right? So, but I called him that in private, of course. We not finna do that publicly. Not after I done talk big boy-ish about not feeling no pain from the workout, but did this all right. I'm not tripping because the only reason I did that was because he was smirking and looking at me crazy doing the workout. Like, did nobody ask him for that? Did nobody ask him for his information? He got to train me, get me ready for this fight, not to give me his smirking opinion. Who you think he is, man? Anyway, that was a couple days ago. So I was up there today, and somehow, somewhere we start talking about the election and all that good stuff. And so he made an interesting point to me that I don't know if I agree with, right? I often talk to my friends personally, right? I talk about the divide between black men and black women and how that is playing out. But I'm actually speaking to them from a perspective of, this hurts. This is a problem. Like, I feel a way about this, right? Now, another side note, the women that I speak to about these issues that these other women are supposed to be saying, they tell me all the time, I don't feel like that. They say, I don't know what they talking about. That doesn't apply to me, right? So I'm feeling all of this vitriol from black women. That's an interesting thing. I'm feeling all of this vitriol from black women to black men, but the black women that I know and that I talk to don't share that same sentiment, right? And now that I'm processing this information a little better, I don't even know if that's black women making these statements. Because again, I keep telling us and anybody listening that we are at war. That could be a robot doing it. I don't know about that. So I'm tripping, my bad. Pardon me. I'm incorrect for that. But he was saying that there was different levels of pressure. He was like, the pressure that black women feel out here as far as being underappreciated, underprotected, it's there and it's real, but he doesn't feel that they understand, that black women understand that pressure. It's not only that for black men, it's also that we die, right? He was saying that he's married, right? He's been married for a while, but he's saying there's no more pressure than death, right? Or the feeling of being murdered. And so they had me thinking about something like, it seems like, I know the reason, I'm not gonna say for whatever reason, but it appears that we've come down to the oppression Olympics. You know what I mean? Like, we are competing with one another to to who was being who was being done worse. Like, black women are saying that they feel this, that, and the third, neglected, unprotected. I spoke on that unprotected thing too because I had to question my people about being unprotected. All of them said that they don't feel unprotected. If ever there is an issue, they know exactly who to call. So I was cool on that. But my question is for not necessarily for me or for people that think like me, but for those who live on social media. There's almost 2 generations now that have grown up only knowing social media, right? So everything is there. It's their TV, it's their news, it's their everything. What is the way to discern real from fake in the digital world? Is that possible? One of the reasons why I don't do social media is because I don't know who I'm speaking to, right? So if someone gives me their opinion, I don't know if it's a 14-year-old child. I don't know if it's a 60-year-old man, right? I don't know who it is that I'm receiving information from. And I'm real picky about who I receive my information from because that goes into my processing and how I move on a day-to-day basis, that information, right? So I'm wondering, what are the long-term effects of that? Because I can see right now, it appears every 20 seconds that black men are at odds with black women. But when I go outside, I don't see that. When I speak to my people, even those that are at odds with me at times, I don't see that. That's not a real thing, right? In my life, what about, okay, so how about this? Okay, so if you only get your information from something that is non-tangible, the internet, like there's no way to quantify the internet. You can't pick up and touch the internet. So everything now is fake, right? And I mean that by not physical. That's what I mean. We don't have any more physical music. You can't own music anymore. You can just stream it. Like, you can't hold it. And the minute you're not gonna be able to hold money anymore, you can't. Matter of fact, you don't even hold your friends. All your friends are online, right? Once that happens completely, once that shift changes completely, what measures do we have to be able to know who we're talking to, be able to move accordingly, and still be real and genuine? How do we forge genuine relationships? How do we have genuine conversations without knowing who it is that we're talking to? Or has that all gone away? I don't have answers to these questions. I'm rambling at this point. These are things that are coming to my mind right now. Also, I'm gonna leave it there. I'll talk to y'all about the Anunnaki another day. Yeah. Please, if you are Christians, please stop calling him Jesus. Start calling him Yahshua. That's the man's name. And it's really, really important that if you're gonna pray to somebody, it's super important to call the right name. If he's your Lord and Savior, please know his name. That's all I'm asking. Like, it's just the bare minimum. Please stop calling him Jesus. There's no cat named Jesus. It's a cat named Yahshua. How I got to Yahshua from the Anunnaki? We'll talk about that later.
So how would you mind him being right? Mirror.